everyone, and thanks for joining us for Education 101. I'm Carol Birdsong, Communications Director for Williamson County Schools, and during this program we are going to be talking with the Williamson County School Board member and School Board Chairman, PJ Mezera, who is here with us, and my co-host, Superintendent Dr. Mike Looney. So welcome.
Great.
Welcome to both of you. And as I said, you are our school board chairman. You have been on the board for how many years?
3 years.
3 years.
Yeah,
Very good.
Coming up on 3 years.
Coming up on 3 years.
That's right.
And District 3, so what area, what schools, I guess, do you represent?
Sure. Yeah, District 3 is the southern, kind of central part of our county. And so the schools, obviously Independence High School, Summit High School, Heritage Middle School, Spring Station Middle School, Heritage Elementary.
It is a test.
Longview Elementary, Allendale Elementary, Chapman's Retreat Elementary. Yeah.
Very good. So you've lived down in the southern part of the county for quite some time.
Sure.
I guess,
13 years.
And I think PJ has about 50%. He's personally responsible for about 50% of our student population.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm personally invested in it. That's right.
Actually, since you said that, talk about your family and going through the school district, and I don't know, just some personal information for our viewers.
Yeah. Well, maybe not everybody knows, we have 9 children, and it's true. At one time, we had all 9 children in Williamson County Schools. We had a senior and a kindergartner.
Wow.
And so all 9 of our children were in the school at one time. But obviously some have graduated and some have gotten married now. And in a couple of years, we're actually going to have our grandson, our first grandson, will be a kindergartner at Heritage Elementary. So we're excited about that.
That's great that they live nearby.
Oh, I know.
That's wonderful for you.
I mean, we're never going to leave Heritage.
Well, I guess that's why you're the board chair, because you have to balance all these things up. And obviously, with 9 children, you're proficient at it. And so being a board chair, you have to balance things too. So
that's right.
It's a time-consuming job, and we really, really appreciate that. PJ, I want to start with the area that you represent, and honestly, the entire school district is experiencing explosive growth.
Yeah.
I don't know how many rooftops are being built right now down in the Spring Hill area, but a lot. And you being the board chair, you have to help us vision and kind of work through those things. What do you see in the next 60, 90, a year, days or a year from now about how are we going to begin to kind of have conversations about this topic of growth? I know that you've been scheduling some meetings, so can you kind of inform us about
Sure.
what the
that's
plan
great.
is?
Well, as you know, we have a couple of meetings coming up this weekend, and then 2 weeks from now, on the 13th and the 27th, where I requested that the board and then also the education committee of the county commissioners have a joint meeting to just kind of talk about the growth and how we do education in Williamson County, and have some frank discussions and open. I called it a no-holds-barred kind of discussion where anything can be brought up, and we're not going to shoot it down. We're just going to talk frankly about how to educate children in Williamson County and what it looks like and how we're going to proceed forward with this growth that we're going to experience. I mean, it's coming.
I don't know if that's a first or not, but I know in the 5 years that I've been here, we haven't had a joint meeting like that where we try to address an issue together. Usually it's the school board does their work and then the county commission does their work, and sometimes the work doesn't align, so we get back and forth into a tussle. But I think it's an interesting concept, and I'm looking forward to it. So it's this Saturday, June the 13th, and then again June the 27th, and it's going to be at our PD training center from 8 to 12.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That's right.
All right, good deal.
Yeah, and appreciate all the expertise that you're going to be providing for us. It's
my folks have been pumping out some
that's good.
some
that's
data.
Good stuff.
I've been sending y'all some little tidbits along the way, so that's awesome.
And that we should always say that any meeting where 2 or more board members are gathered becomes a public meeting.
The public is always invited.
So it would be a public. Again, I have to say that, right? So anyway, so the public's always invited to those meetings. So.
Yeah, and we encourage that, really, to be honest with you, because we need the public input as to how we're going to educate their children in this county and what it's going to look like. This is our county, this is our culture, and we want their input. So come on, come all.
That's great.
Well, the school year has ended.
Yeah.
right? Yay, we made it through another year. Did you have one graduate this year?
Yes, I did. I had my oldest son graduated.
Did
from
you not
Independence
see the
High School.
pictures? He was photobombing the graduation with pictures of him hugging his son. And that was
I
that
did
had to
take
be
the
a very
liberty of a
sentimental
selfie on.
moment.
Okay, okay.
Took a selfie of me and my son on the stage.
What a special
That's
moment.
cool.
That was awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But you've done that twice now. You've seen.
Yeah, I've got to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to. One of my daughters, I got to shake her hand and congratulate her on graduation as she walked across the stage, and then this year my son, my
That's
oldest
neat.
son.
That's neat. So, what's it like attending graduation ceremonies and, as a board member, I guess?
Yeah, and I sent out an email to the new board members just to encourage them, because it really is, I know it's one of the least important, let's say, business-wise things that a board member could do, but emotionally, it's one of the greatest things we could do, because this is the culmination of 13 years investing in these kids, and to be there and to congratulate them and to send them on their way as citizens from Williamson County and representing us to the world. This is an emotional time. I'm probably going to start cracking up right now, but it really is one of the best things we can do
It's kind of
as
seeing
board members.
the work come to fruition.
Yeah.
The work has been done, and the school board has done their part, and the teachers have done their part, and
Yeah.
the community's done their part, and you see these kids, and I don't know about you, but just looking in their eyes when they're walking across the stage and shaking their hands sometimes, and it's just, I don't know, it's just really, it's really fulfilling.
It is.
Really,
It is. It's
is.
extremely fulfilling. Yeah.
And you see all that hard work. It's paid off.
Oh, I
right?
know.
From kindergarten,
Oh, yeah.
pre-K, even
right.
on.
And
So,
evidently,
yeah.
most of them are getting scholarships, right?
Yeah,
About
that's right.
$135.9
I know.
million
We
in
have
scholarships.
some great kids.
Yeah.
I mean, we really do. And it's not just the kids. I mean, we've got counselors who are helping and pushing that, principals who are helping and pushing that, teachers who are doing that. My son, in fact, is a great example of getting those recommendations from teachers who are more than willing, falling over themselves to get these recommendations and help these kids get the scholarships and so they can pursue their careers and colleges where they want to go.
And that's above and beyond for a teacher.
It is.
That's happening
Yes.
outside the workday,
Yep.
because that's the only opportunity they have to do that,
Yeah.
to continue to support the students.
It just shows how
that
much they
have.
care.
It does. It really does.
So, PJ, let's talk about your board chairmanship role.
Okay.
You don't get any extra money for being the chair.
Yeah, I do.
Do you get a little extra
I
money?
get $50 more a month.
$50.
Isn't that?
Oh my Lord.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it comes with a lot of additional work.
It does about
hours
three
and
times.
hours.
Three times the hours. And,
Yeah.
I know that I'm on your speed dial and you're on my speed
Yep.
dial.
Yeah.
And so to the outsider looking in, kind of, what's it been like? What's the aha moment for you about, oh my gosh, this is what I didn't think about the board chairmanship, and this is what I have now learned with it under my belt for a year almost. So.
Well, what I didn't know came right away. Yeah, I found out what I didn't know about being a chairman.
It's not just about pushing the right buttons for someone to speak, right?
That was my first fear, was making sure I got the buttons right and that the meeting went on in an orderly fashion. But that got pushed to the back burner really fast, because helping especially new board members to understand our role in what we do and what our job is, state mandated, as well as expectations from the community, and then getting together to move forward and move the conversation forward, and to be about the business of running a school district, because that's really our job, is to run the business side of the school district.
And that's usually through policy.
Oh, absolutely, exactly.
I guess that's the only way.
Solely,
It's really through
yeah,
policy.
solely
Yeah.
through policy, and so hiring the right guy, for the right job, and then making sure that that we're on the right track, and that we're all together, in this, and doing that through the elective process of majority rules, and the democratic process, I should say, of majority rules.
And I want to compliment you, because and you have said this to me privately about the need for me to be this way too. But you're a bridge builder. I mean, you try to find ways to get people to get along for the betterment of us all.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's hard for me, and sometimes it's hard for people.
Oh, yeah.
But I appreciate that about your role in the board chairman's, your job in the board chairman's role, and that is to try to find common interests for the betterment of the boys and girls in Williamson County. So hats off to you. I know it's a hard job. I also know that you don't get recognized or thanked for that very often. Usually you're in the line of fire.
Yeah.
You know, why isn't the board doing this, or why isn't the superintendent doing this, or, you know, control these folks.
Yeah.
So I really appreciate that. Let's talk about last year. Carol has talked about you know, the fact that the year's over with. What's, aside from the graduation, is there any other special moments that come to your mind about anything that the district did, or highlights from your perspective?
Well, yeah, obviously we you know, had a blue ribbon schools, and
Right.
and then getting the score recognized. You know, those are just great observations of some outstanding schools that we have here in Williamson County. But I would say that they're not the exception. You know, I really would say those schools are kind of the rule. You know, all of our schools are doing great, and so it's hard to pick a particular. You know, we had some ribbon cuttings for some new performing arts centers.
That was fun.
It was exciting. You know,
Yeah.
those take a while to build. That takes some money to get them built.
We have a few more to go.
We got
to
some.
have
Yeah.
everybody up to snuff.
Yep,
Yeah.
yeah. We want to make sure that we're providing the same quality across the county. You know, of education. And so, yeah, I'm looking forward to getting the others built. But those were great opportunities to.
I know one
see.
event, and I know that you enjoy this because I remember vividly the smile that you had on your face, and I mean, it was the biggest smile I've ever seen you make, and that is when we had the military signing ceremony.
Yeah.
You were up there with the soldiers and the young men and women that decided to join the service after graduation, and I know that you particularly enjoyed that.
That
and
is.
it was in some ways personal for you. So.
Yeah, I love that about our county too. That, you know, we are the volunteer state, Tennessee,
Right.
but I think Williamson County in particular, we do strongly support our military, and it is encouraging to me to see young men and women who are willing to sacrifice, you know, a portion of their lives, you know, and ultimately maybe their lives to serve our country, to serve us. And so, boy, when we see that is extremely touching.
But I heard a rumor. I heard that you were saying "Go Navy"
Go
in
Navy.
those meetings. Were you doing
We're a
that?
Navy family.
You're a Navy
Yeah,
family.
We're
I
a
should've
Navy
known,
family.
so.
Yeah.
Okay, so you
All
were
right.
you were singing the "Go Navy" back then.
Yeah.
There will be no fights here on this program.
Well, you know the Marine Corps was and it fell under the Department of the Navy, so we're all good.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
That's
hallelujah.
right.
Okay, good. All right. So what do you see? So those were some wonderful times. What do you see as the biggest success for the district?
I really do think that one of our, as a board, let's say, one of our biggest successes was to get that 5%, and it's coming. You know, I shouldn't say, you know, don't count your chickens before they hatch, but I do believe that we will be able to provide a 5% increase in salary to our teachers, and that is important. You know, they are doing an outstanding. We just were talking about what an outstanding job they do. You know, going above and beyond, and this in no way can totally compensate for what they do for us, but I think it's a good start in saying thank you. You know, we recognize the work you do and we appreciate it. So.
You know, Mr. Chairman, though, that wasn't an easy lift this year. Y'all were under a lot of pressure to acquiesce and to back off the 5%, and I understand why. But the truth of it is, the board stood together and strong this year to make sure that our employees. And I'm not sure that the teachers or the public even know how hard a battle that was. And it's not that the county commission doesn't want to support schools, because they do. Yeah. So they're always trying to balance the money side of it, but you know, y'all really stood up this year and were bold and courageous, and so I appreciate that. I know I have had dozens, I'm sure you have too, dozens and dozens of communications from people saying thank you. You know, this is going to mean that I can, you know, continue to have cable TV or whatever their scenario might be. Because it wasn't just teachers that got the 5%.
Yeah,
raise.
that's right.
It was bus drivers and lunchroom workers,
Yeah.
school secretaries and nurses and that sort of thing. So let's look forward. We've looked in the rearview mirror now. So let's look forward a little bit. The school year is going to be approaching before we know it. I mean, almost half the summer's gone with almost already. So, you know, what do you think what's the big thing that we have to face in the upcoming year from your perspective? What's on your mind as the chairman?
Well, to be honest with you, it is going to be how we manage the growth. I have no doubt in my mind, and that's why I want to make sure that that we're talking about this early on, and that we're getting fully educated, not just the board members, but the county commission as well, as to how this county wants to educate children and what our culture is going to be like. As more people move in, you want to maintain the culture that you desire, why you moved here in the first place.
Right.
And so I'm really looking forward to that exciting conversation, because how you manage money and how you maintain what we're doing is going to be a trick.
We certainly live in a blessed community with great schools, thanks to parents and teachers and employees, and so I hope that in that conversation we can talk about roads and schools at the same time.
Yeah,
because we have to be able to get our kids to school on time as well.
That's right.
So I know in your neck of the woods it's a traffic challenge right now, but we're gonna get there. I do think when government entities work hand in hand in partnership with each other, that the community ends up being in a better place. So I appreciate you taking a leadership role and putting that meeting together with the county commission. And I'm hopeful, I'm optimistic that we'll get
we're on the
work
same
done.
team.
We
we all want the best for Williamson County, so we're on the right track.
You brought up parents. Let's talk about volunteers and how important it is for not only our parent volunteers but community volunteers to embrace our schools and be involved and engaged.
Yeah, and that's great. I've always kind of had in the back of my mind that what makes a great school district is it's parent expectations and parent involvement. And you could have one or the two and you'd have a good school district. You could have neither and you'd have a poor school district. But when you have both, you got a great school district. And so our parents and our grandparents and our neighbors and everybody who cares about the kids here in Williamson County, that involvement is incredibly crucial. And then the expectations too. The expectations that these kids are going to do great things in life and they're going to have a great education. That is fundamental to the success that we've experienced. And it draws the best out of me as a chairman and it draws the best out of you as a superintendent, the best out of you, because their expectations pull from us the potential that we have to do great. And so it's essential.
Essential part of the success formula. Really, it really is. And
I think,
and the money that they get back to
$7 million this year.
I know.
Raising money to support the schools.
The countless hours of volunteer work. We can't even quantify that. Just the countless hours. And boy, I tell you what, we've got great parents.
We do.
We do.
We do. And I want to say that $7 million, that doesn't count like gate receipts. That $7 million is what they have raised with blood, sweat, and tears.
I know it. So. Spring fling.
Well, I don't know I don't know how many pennies that saves the taxpayers, but it's a phenomenal amount of money that saves the taxpayers. The parents are supplementing the tax dollars and making sure that the boys and girls in Williamson County
and
get the
let's not forget the businesses in Williamson County that continually support. The boosters and all the. I know especially in my section, the district, just the businesses there that continually give to our schools, and then I know it's countywide. You see it, and boy, I wish I could thank every one of them right now.
You can thank them right now. Thank all of them right now. Well, and that's why people are like, why are you doing all those phone calls on scam alerts? Well, it's because we do have people, unfortunately, who come in and try to take from our businesses, thinking that our businesses are given to the school. The business people think they are helping the school out, and they aren't. And we want to protect our business friends.
Yeah. There is that sense of, I want to be loyal to those that are loyal to us, and I want to give my business to businesses that are giving back to our schools. Yeah. And so knowing, who those people are and making sure that we're cognizant of where our loyalties should be. You know, that's important to me. You know,
Yes.
it's important to me as a consumer. So I'm sure it's important to the rest of the
We
parents.
like our business friends.
Mr. Chairman, we had a great academic year.
Yes, sir.
Our ACT scores are going to be higher again this year than they ever have been in the history of the. It seems like we keep saying that.
You do.
Every
You
year.
keep saying it. It
Every
keeps
year
happening.
better.
I don't know
And
how.
Thank you. Thanks to the board's leadership and having high expectations.
Yeah.
We had a phenomenal year on the athletic front. So many state championships.
You know, I was
teams
walking
and
down the
events.
hall trying to count them all posterized. at the June school board
Yeah.
meeting, we'll be recognizing, I think it's 12 more state champions. And I was walking down the hall, and
Wow.
I'm going to misspeak. I hope I don't misspeak, but I think we're at 17. Athletic
State
state champion. I think we're at 17, but I could have missed someone. But I think we're at 17, which is up from last year.
Wow.
Sorry, just a little
then,
nugget
so
there.
on the athletic front, in fact, there's a young lady from Spring Hill, I think from Summit High School, that's competing in a national event right now.
Wow.
in equestrian.
Wow.
And so yeah, this
Wow.
is really special. And then on the
amazing.
athletic front, on the artistic front, we had amazing performances
Yes.
all across the
Yeah.
district and the community.
Oh, and the students that they're going to art schools and to dramas, you know, just in New York. I mean, I've got to speak with students who are, you know, they're pursuing those art careers and they're going to change the world. You know, they really are. So it's great. It's amazing. And then you're going to say?
No, I'm just saying, it's, you know, so I was getting to the strategic plan.
Yeah.
We've been focusing on academics and arts and athletics.
Yep.
And so talk a little bit about your level of satisfaction with the progress that we've been making with the strategic plan and how we continue to let that document evolve as board members change and as we reach goals. I know that we've had some conversations about continuing to raise expectations, to take this district to even the next level.
That's right. Yeah, and I believe that's absolutely necessary. You know, when you have a strategic plan, you do want to look long range, but as you're getting towards there incrementally, you've got to look at the successes that we've had, maybe the challenges that we've experienced, and then you modify it, you twist it, and then you also got to own it again. You know, after a number of years, you got to say, like, this wasn't, you know, just my predecessor's strategic plan. This is my strategic plan. You know, and this is same with the county. You know, the county, new members are coming in, new people are, you know, residents, and they got to own it. Like, this is what we want from our county schools. And so it's a good thing that we're talking about it. We're going to spend more time talking about it this summer,
Right.
and more in depth, and we're going to kind of look at some higher goals. You know, if you never raise the bar, you'll never go any higher. That's just a fact. You know.
I hear higher goals are coming our way.
I think higher goals are coming our way.
Yeah.
So saith the chairman.
Yeah, that's right.
I believe it
Yes.
to be true.
Yes,
Well,
yes.
we've talked about being nationally recognized, and I think we're starting to talk about being internationally recognized.
I know. We've
Yeah.
got some crazy ideas out there.
Oh, we do. So
Oh,
I
my
heard
goodness.
somebody challenge Finland. So,
Beat Finland.
beat Finland.
What a lofty goal that would be. Wouldn't that just be so cool?
I think it is. I think it's,
Yeah.
and I think it's achievable too.
I want to talk about something real fast
Sure,
before we run out of time. The Infothon. We had our first Infothon last year at the Cool Springs Galleria, and it was a good time had ball. I think
a good
everybody who
time.
came, you know,
yeah.
really enjoyed it, learned a lot. I was so impressed with all of our folks. We're going to have one again because it was so successful. We're going to do it again.
Yeah.
I hope you'll be there.
Oh, of course.
Okay. Well,
July 25th.
Saturday, July 25th from 10 until
Yep.
6.
I'll be there, answer any questions I can, and I've got children still in school, obviously. You know, I've got it.
You've got a baseball team in
I
school.
do. So I'm going to be there as a parent too.
Okay, that's good. Well, we want you to work too.
Yeah.
We thought we'd
Yeah.
get this on tape.
So that's going to be
you
a
know, so-
really good way for the community to come and engage school board
It
members.
really will
Yes.
Build a relationship, ask
Yep.
them questions that they might want
That's
to
right.
ask in a public setting.
That's right.
Just
I mean,
get to
that's
know
our
your
job
school
to
board members.
represent
Yeah.
the public. So, you know, come and talk to us because that's our job to represent you. And if you're not there, if you're not talking to us, then we don't know what you're thinking. So,
Absolutely.
Okay, so along those lines as well, I know that you are very receptive to responding to folks and their questions and such. What is the best way for your constituents to reach you and have a conversation with you about their needs or wishes and such?
yeah, email is convenient for most people nowadays to reach anybody, and and it also affords us the opportunity to reply back at a time that's convenient too. You know, a lot of the board members, I'd say a vast majority of the board members, have to work a regular job. You know, we don't get paid enough to do school board stuff full time.
Well, you get paid $50.
I know.
Extra.
Yeah,
That's true.
That bought milk for this month. So we work a day job, and so email is a convenient way for us to be able to get back to constituents in the evenings or on the weekends when we got some time, and give some thoughtful responses usually. And then, you know, a lot of times I'll give them my phone number as well to, you know, if I feel like, you know, that it's not just a simple answer to a question, I want to be able to talk to them on the phone or meet them for coffee or whatever to really provide the information that I can, or to listen to them, you know, about what they want to talk about. And so both those ways.
Okay.
Probably start with email and then give us a call. Snail mail makes it to us too eventually.
It's
you know,
snaily, yeah.
But
yeah, a little slow sometimes.
Slow response.
Yeah. If you want a quick response,
Yeah.
email or call. Gotcha.
That's right.
Okay. You have the opportunity for one final question.
Oh, that's going to be really tough for me, you know.
I know this, but that's why I'm telling you now. So.
Well, so PJ, since I get the opportunity to ask one final question.
Sure.
Obviously, being the school board chairman you're not doing it for the money.
Yeah.
They're more a labor of love. As the chairman, from your perspective, if you could identify one thing that has really brought you satisfaction in that role, that you're just, you know, as the chair, you're the head of the district as the chairman of the board. So what's the one thing that comes to your mind and said, you know what, I cannot believe we actually pulled that off this year? Well, let's close with that.
You know, being the chairman, you get to see kind of behind the scenes how the district operates, more so than as a regular board member, because you're pulled into some decision-making processes. And I'll, you know, just be honest with you, seeing how this district, you know, in the team that you've built here, Carol, you, how you guys take care of minor, major situations that are happening, has just been huge. It's been such a revelation to me of the quality, professionalism that we've got here. And so that I mean, I'm not trying to butter you up either. You know, I'm really saying that has been such a great revelation to me of the professionalism that we operate here in Williamson County, and it goes from the top down, you know, and I see it all throughout in all of our schools. It's really it's a great thing to experience, and I've told other board members, I wish they could all, you know, I would love for all of them at one time to be a chairman, you know, chairman, and to see this district operate the way it does. It is a fine-tuned motor that just runs and runs.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
I'll
you.
pay you $5 later on.
Yeah.
I didn't pay him any. Okay. All right. Well, our time is up.
Oh.
It's been fun.
Okay.
I hope we do this again.
Yeah, I think so
Did you
too.
find it beneficial?
I
Fun?
love talking about Williamson County Schools. So
And we do too,
Anytime
so.
I get a chance, I'll do it.
Okay, very good. We'll try to do it again then. All right, thank you for co-hosting.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and thank you for joining us for Education 101.
My name is Caitlin, and my book is The Miraculous Journey of Edward Tulane. My favorite part was when Edward got thrown off the boat, and he got found by a fisherman and his wife. I think other people would like this book because it's really good adventure and it has really good pictures. Blueberry!